Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? How's everybody in the building? This is AG Wasim. Going to talk to you guys a little bit about the Elite 100. As we get more people on, I'll talk to it. But man, I know first off, the Olympics is on. Uh, Whoever that little chick was that did that hurdle, the 400, she wasn't playing. She was serious about her game. So, that's something, that, uh, track and field is important. I'm sure your boy Ellis, if he was on here, Pine Hills would be the first one to say that. But let me cut down the TV. I really enjoyed it. Also, too, there's no way Patty Mills is gonna. The U.S. is gonna win tonight, because there's no way Patty Mills is gonna take this from my boy KD, because then KD can't even go back to the Nets. So I'm gonna give everybody a little time to get on. Probably start up in about 5 minutes. If anybody has any questions, they can say what's up. What's up, Ray Patty? What up? What up, Ray Patty? What's up, Ray Patty? So that's what's up. So we're gonna get this thing started in just a second, um, and get everybody a little bit of what we're trying to do here in Central Florida. Uh, get a few more of you guys on here. Let me call my cohorts that uh, they probably forgot that we were going on at 9 as well. Let me make a few phone calls here so we can get this thing started to kind of explain what we're doing. Hold on, my phone is all messed up anyway. All right, let me call my main man. Just put him to work. What's up? Give me 1 second. Once we get to about 15 people, 10 to 15, we'll probably get started. Let me hit my boy up that I know knows everybody, that we can get a few of these people that need to hear this on, and then we'll get it going. Um, Man, this dude right here. What up, Ryan? I knew you'd be on. Uh, yo, what you say? Hey, man, we on, man. So go ahead and start hitting people up to tell them to pay attention, so we can get this thing started. All right, man. Peace. Yeah, that's my main man, Mr. Allen Thomas. I know he'll, get a lot of youth on. What's up, Ryan? My dude. Ryan's one of my favorite people out there. Uh, you know, Congratulations on your son's commitment to Army. That's tremendous. A lot of people wouldn't be able to get into it. So, plus he can play. So when he gets through with that, he's going to have a really good career, post football. Like you said in your comments, he made a 40-year decision, which was tremendous. So I'm very proud of him and very, very happy for you. So, y'all keep that thing going. Um, Basically, also know that my people in Gainesville feel some kind of what's up. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, Travis. It's going to be big, baby. So I appreciate it, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk about one of your players. I'm not going to give away everything because we got to show stuff on Sunday, but I'm definitely going to talk about some of the younger guys, get them a little, the stuff that people don't know. Uh, you know, like a lot of people don't know these kids, but they're going to be household names when it's all said and done. And man, and of course, I expect you to do big things over there in Mainland. I'm very glad that you got the job. I know, one thing that's important to me is to have people that, coaching kids that I know who care about them. And, can't nobody tell me you don't care about no kid. I've known you too long. So, and I appreciate you, and I'm happy for you boys. And I know that, Mainland is, it's going to be rough, even though y'all got a hell of a district. And we'll probably talk about that in a little bit as well. Uh, we could, but I'm gonna say that for another show. All right, once we get to about 15 people, I'm gonna crank this thing up. We have 14, one more person. We're gonna get this whole thing started, so that you guys can kind of know what we're trying to do with this whole Elite 100 thing. There we are. So let's get it. Hey, first of all, hey, I want to thank everybody for coming to the show. We want to go ahead and make sure that uh, you guys kind of understand a little bit about what we're trying to do. First off, I know one of the first questions is, what is Elite 100? So, first off, the Elite 100 is something that we're going to do. What we're doing, um, you know, we're getting nominations, which we've already gotten, for kids that were seniors. the class of 2022. Uh, Basically, we broke them down, and we broke them down as follows, just so that you guys have an idea. We broke them down as far as linebackers, running backs, D tackles, cornerbacks, quarterbacks, D ends, O line, wide receiver, safeties, and so hold on. Hey, y'all know Coach AG is slow with it, so I'm gonna have to do something else real quick just to make sure. We broke them down as athletes, cornerbacks, defensive ends, uh, D tackles, linebackers, O line, quarterbacks, running backs, and safeties, and wide receivers. So those are the 10 spots that we broke everybody down by. Um, basically, we had 10 spots, 10 kids will be at each position. That'll be the Elite 100. This weekend, what we're doing is we're having a media day. And so it's going to be at Duffy's. Duffy's in Orlando on 4158 Conway Road, right by Millennium Mall. Um, we're gonna have those guys there. So I'm gonna go back because I should have talked about this first. One of the things that we want to do as well is, it's bigger than football. Like I try to tell all my kids, if all you are is a football player, then you're really nothing in life. So, unfortunately, uh, in April we lost a young man, Aaron Wilson. Aaron was a great young man, not just a regular young man, a great young man, had tremendous academics, great kid, loved everybody. I can speak on that firsthand. I beyond football, he was tremendous. But a basketball game, you know, they played my son them. My son them won. He lost, but after the game, my son, was down because he didn't play as well as he wanted. And the boy went over there and he picked him up. You'd have thought that my son's team lost, and he always had a smile on his face. Got the pink on, because cancer, that thing is something else. Uh, but he really cared about kids. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to have the Aaron Wilson Scholarship. I've asked every coach in Orange County and in Osceola County to participate by sending one gentleman to the Elite 100 that has to be a senior, has to have good grades, has to have great character. What we're going to do is we're going to sponsor that young man with a scholarship. They're going to have to meet certain criteria, but we're gonna actually, have them write an essay, and then we're gonna let Aaron's former coaches, like Antoine Nelson, guys like B. Reed that was over his league, Coach Art Wilson, let those guys pick the guy who's gonna win. And then, basically once they show us they're in school, we're gonna or get accepted in school, we're gonna give them a scholarship. I personally, I'm gonna donate $250 out of my pocket. Any donations that anyone give to us for that particular cause, we'll add it to that. And and if we get, let's say for some reason we get $10,000, we'll give out four scholarships. But we definitely want to make sure we acknowledge the young man because he did a lot. A lot of these kids that are the class of 2022, they knew him. He always supported him. And at one point, he was the highest ranked kid out of all these kids in 2022. Before he left Ocoee and went to St. Francis. So we're definitely going to do that. So that's what we're doing. So back to the Elite 100. Basically, we have the top 10 quarterbacks. How it really works is once we had a nomination of kids, uh, I've sent it off to college coaches, former college coaches, not guys who are coaching now, but guys who coach in the SEC, ACC. They just no longer are coaching right now. I sent to every guy at that position, and so they're ranking the kids. So it's not a popularity contest. Because they don't really know the kids. They know them, but not like that. But they're going to look at their film and rank them, 1 through 10. Uh, then once they rank them 1 through 10, then we'll rank them in the top 100. This is something that we're doing for Orange County, Volusia, Osceola, Lake, and Seminole. That's the or Central Florida Elite 100. We also are going to be doing one for the West Coast, which is the whole Tampa, Polk. Uh, that's where Marion County, Gainesville, all those guys are coming to play. So so we will have one for those guys as well. So it won't just be just Orlando, like that. So you guys, can check that out. Matt says I'm low. Can you guys hear me? Matt says I'm low. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Hold on. Hey, I know my boy is on. Let me see. Make sure y'all can hear me. Okay, so yeah, Thomas, can you hear me now? Hear me now? Hey man, these new headsets. So I mean, can you guys hear me? Somebody give me something. So man, this thing is saying no sound. I'm telling you, I know I got it. Y'all got to hear me now. Okay, thanks, Ryan. All right, cool. Just want to make sure. All right, so hopefully you guys heard, what I said. Basically, and I'll do a real quick top 100. We got 10 positions. We've sent everything off to former NCAA college coaches, guys who coached at South Carolina, Louisville, places like that. So we're not talking about we're talking about guys who coach on the highest level. And we're making sure that those are the guys who evaluate these kids and break them down for us. Um, One of the other things about Elite 100 is we will be doing camps next in the spring. For all the underclassmen. So that we can put our eyes on them, rank them, see where they're at. uh, you can look at the Elite 100 camp. Probably is on the YouTube. Uh, we did last year. It was fire. We had best against best. Uh, so it was like tremendous. So it's something that we want to make sure that all you guys get a chance to experience. We're going to take it around the state. We're going to have one in Panama City, one in Orlando, one in West, like Tampa, and we're going to actually have one in the Gainesville area so that you guys don't have to come down to Orlando because we kind of want to keep it, a lot more local so that guys will have an opportunity, because it's always better you competing against the nation, but it's always you're competing against guys in your neighborhood. So, it's very important to get that done. So, with that being said, the last thing I want to talk about, uh, and make sure that we talk a little bit about before I get into this. Make sure, let me say it again: Duffy's Sports and Grill, 4155 58 Conway Road, Orlando, Florida 32839. Come on out. Make sure you have a great time. We're gonna have food. There's gonna be food there that Duffy's is known for, their appetizer and their food. Um, you know, Basically how it's gonna work. Uh, the guys that we have that are coming for the character and the Aaron Wilson scholarship, they'll be there with their coaches from 12 to 1, and then at 1 o'clock we will have all of the defensive players from 1 to 2:30 that are being invited. Those young men will know who they are. Then from 2:30 to 4, we'll invite all of the seniors, the senior offensive players. By now, they should be getting their invite, so that's a great thing. Uh, and finally, the at 4 o'clock, we're going to have all of the underclassmen. And when we say underclassmen, there are some ninth graders that we really could have, invited, but unfortunately, they haven't played any football yet, so we really wouldn't do that. But there are some ninth graders that, little Jordan Nix over there. You got my boy that's going to be a Kissimmee, the running back, Lil Swint. He's going to be nasty. Of course, you got Ike Taylor's son at West Orange. And there's others out there that I haven't named, but we're not inviting any of the ninth graders. We could have, but we didn't. So underclassmen, they will be from 4 till to 5:30. When they come, there will be media there. There will be, you know, a whole bunch, media, and we'll be taking a bunch of photos. Big shout out to R&R and Ubora Films. They will be the ones that will, film everything, and we'll be asking questions, but they'll be broken down in their position groups. So you'll have like the 10 quarterbacks. We'll ask them all questions, and then you'll have the 10 running backs, and and so forth and so forth. Uh, what we're going to do to keep you a little spicy, we're going to talk a little bit about the underclassmen real quick. Uh, you know, those guys are going to come at 4 o'clock. Uh, Once again, um, the underclassmen, we're not really ranking them. We're just basically just letting you know who they are. When they come and take their pictures, they'll all, get opportunity to take their pictures, as well as, talk to the media as well. So underclassmen, we're going to start with those freshmen. Let me give you guys in no particular order. Basically, it's just basically done from the name of the school. That's pretty what we're doing. It's in the name of the school, then in alphabetical order. Uh, you got it, CFCA, Jacob Kanai. He's a quarterback. I've seen him throw. Very nice kid. Also, the next guy we have up is a quarterback as well, TJ Moore Jr. from D-Land. TJ, everybody kind of knows about him. He's been throwing that thing around. Uh, he's going to be good for D-Land, and I expect a lot out of him this year. The next guy up is, one of my favorites. Definitely out there, and that's Mr. Jashad Pressey. Jashad just actually got an offer from Pittsburgh. Went up to a camp, went up there and went to the camp and put it down. That's what you want kids to do. He went up there to Pitt and showed out, and he got a scholarship. Jashad is going to be a problem, y'all. He's probably running freshman, running like 10.7s, probably 6'2", 205. He's about to be a sophomore, and he can ride. I've known him since he was a little kid. Very, very mild manner. Don't even know really how good he is. That's what kind of makes him special. Then we got Mr. Who dang sure think he good. You can't tell him he don't stink, but that's my little dog, Tory Holland, for DP. Tory is a gangster. He's pretty good. Uh, he'll play a little bit of everything at DP. He's an athlete. He's a dog. Reminds me a little bit of Devontae Gaines. Deontay Gaines, for those who don't remember him, for DP, great. Probably go. If you don't remember him, go Google his highlight film. Probably the best highlight film I ever seen from any kid in Central Florida. Um, then we got, of course, Antoine Dips. He's a quarterback at Evans. He's going to be pretty good. You got B. Jacobs, not that Brandon Jacobs, but the other Brandon Jacobs. He's a young boy. He can ride. Shout out to the elite Florida Elite track. That's who he ran with, but he's pretty fast little kid. More important, he's a great kid. His people are very nice people. Could have went anywhere, but they stayed at Evans, so I'm salute to them. You have Chris Peterson, another. And I think Antoine might be a wide receiver, y'all. My bad. You got Chris Peterson, quarterback at Evans. That's who I was thinking of for. Antoine is definitely a wide receiver, so I apologize on that, Antoine. Then you got everybody know him, Big DeAndre Robinson, D tackle. He's going to be, in 3 4 years, he's going to definitely easily be probably the number one guy in those guys' classes. Um, to be honest, he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a real problem, and he should. But he's going to be a real problem. Then you got Romello Ware. Uh, he's going to be a running back. Got good speed, not good speed, got great speed. He's over at Lake Highland. And then, with along with him is his brother Cam, uh, road runner, meet meet. That's his slogan now. He already got his name as you like is meet meet because he let you know he up out of there. So he's one of those kids that definitely does what he's supposed to do. uh, Quarterback, Traven Green out in Rockledge. Told Brevard County we had people out there. No, Masco. Masco's not a 2024. Bo Masco's not a 2024, Allen. It's amazing that you have people that, you know them well and they just don't listen. But Bo Masco is not a 2024. I do want to cuss you out once we get off of here, but right now I'm being very professional. So I will call you as soon as I'm off of here. But Back to my boy Trayvon Green. He's from Brevard. If I don't bring him in, there's some people in Brevard County that'll be complaining. I'm sure they have some other ball players. They definitely had that in Brevard County, but I just happen to know about Trayvon, and I'm sure I'll get calls from my Brevard County people. And we got time enough to get those guys there. All right, and then we got Sincere Edwards at Wakaiva. Uh, he's definitely, he's we're gonna see if he can make that transition from Orangewood Christian to big boy football. But he's from the Popka area, so I do expect him to be tough enough to handle it. Save the last two intentionally. You have Demarion Jenkins from OCP. Most people call him Blackie. I wanted to make sure that I saved him, for the end, just for my boy Ellis, because he's also a product of Florida Elite. And Ellis does a lot for the community. One thing I appreciate about Ellis is when I'm trying to put these things in, Ellis was trying to help me find a location and a venue. So once again, shout out to Ellis and everything he does for the community. And then last but certainly not least is my main man, and this is for you, Travis. I saved it to make sure you was on. Uh, yep, that Ellis Matt. Uh, the My boy James Randall. James Randall is probably one of the most explosive wide receivers I've ever seen. Definitely in his age. Real good kid. I expect a lot out of him. I thank God that Travis is over there now, because I know Travis is going to keep him on the right path. So I look forward to seeing what he does in the future. I expect a lot out of the young man. Hopefully he can meet the challenge. But he's definitely one of my kids that I rock with. So that's those guys for the 2024. Now, because this gentleman, we're gonna Alan, are you ready? Because now we're going for the 2023 kids. Uh, so we're gonna start with Kevin Call, kid I coached. Coached him since he was a baby. He's blown up. I'm the person that reached out to Tennessee to get him rolling. They gave him his first offer, and pretty much it was on after that because he did his thing his freshman year and then came back with a nice sophomore year. So he has pretty much all the offers, and he's going to go to school. One thing for certain I know is his mom is going to make sure that young man has his grades. She's an educator. Dad's a police officer, so he don't play with him. So he's a great young man, and the school would be very excited to have him. He plays the end for the mighty Apopka Blue Daughters, and we'll see what he does this year. He'll probably face a few double teams, which is gonna open up for a lot of those other guys. But he's like that. Also, we have a gentleman named Bryce Harrison transferred over to Seminole. Bryce doesn't have the notoriety as much. Um, he came over from Seminole. He plays tight end. He's a good athlete. I really wish they would put him at DN as well, uh, because I really feel that is his natural position. I think he could cause a lot of damage there. But nowadays everybody want to be that tight end, and I get it because they want the ball in the hand, and he can catch. So we'll see what Bryce does. All right, then you got CFCA. We got Jalen Acevedo and Justin Priester. Jalen's an offensive lineman. Justin's a DB. Um, Got to go to 2023 DB, who thinks he's a wide receiver. Cedric Hawkins, Coco. He's one of my kids. I've known him for a long, long time. Um, Played for our 7-on-7. Then he just became a man for hire, played for everybody. I still give him love. He's one of my favorite kids. Probably one of the most respectful kids I've ever been around. So it's hard not to root for him. And I really appreciate him because he's always been respectful to me. He playing for another team. I'm over there getting on him, and he's still, just real respectful. So he's one of the kids that I really appreciate. Then, all right, for DP, and remember, I'm going in the order of schools. So if you don't hear your kid name, it'll probably be later on. DP, we have Peyton Kirkland. Uh, he's a 2023 awesome offensive tackle, about 6'8", 350, has all the offers. So it'll be interesting to see what he does this year. Uh, but he's either going to be one or two at that tackle spot. It's going to be between him and another kid that's down the line. All right, so the 23 wide receiver. Got TJ Massey over at Evans. TJ should have a breakout year for real, y'all. Uh, he kind of, was a little young, but he should have a real breakout year. If Evans is going to be good, it's going to be because of him. So I look forward to seeing him out there. His teammate Christon St. Jean, uh, you know, big offensive tackle, athletic, 6'6", 290. Not well known, but he'll probably blow up after this season. Uh, so he's a kid that's on that underclassmen list that that'll be out there. You have Anthony Famarulo, linebacker, just left Osceola. He's at Freedom. Real good kid. Uh, Another manable kid. One thing I admire about a lot of these kids, they're just some great kids. It's hard not to root for him. We're going to see what he can do at Freedom. He's coached by the linebacker coach Mark Dees. For those who don't know, Coach Dees is awesome. Probably one of the better linebacker coaches. He wouldn't have toot his own horn, but he was one of the better linebackers to come through Central Florida when he played at Osceola. To this day, the best game I ever saw was Osceola against Apopka at a FCA camp. And then, they supposed to just be thud, and then someone made a hit, and all of a sudden it got ugly real quick. But them boys, they was banging. Um, Now we get to them Jones Tigers. You got Derek Rogers, wide receiver. Put on probably had one of the freakiest highlights I've seen against West Orange spring game. I mean, it was nasty. So they call him Duda. I expect a lot out of him this year, along with Jabari Smith from Jones, wide receiver, slot, shifty. They got some athletes at Jones like they always do. Both of those guys, along with some seniors they got a nice team over there. Then we got to go to Lake Brantley. We got the twins, Andrew and Michael Harris. Both of them can run. They run track. Uh, so it'll be interesting to see what they do this year. I think Coach Bettison from Wakava is going to be over there. He'll be a great ad for them because that guy is real serious about what he does. So I think he'll do tremendous with them. Um, then we got Braden Marshall, Lake Mary. Braden is probably the one guy out of those 23s, plays basketball and football. Uh, Pretty good in both. I think basketball, he was, as a freshman, he did all kind of things. So I expect a lot out of him as well. Um, so shout out to Braden. Known him since he was little. Great kid, great family. Good mom, good dad. Sister's a great athlete as well. So I definitely expect him to do a lot for. He's probably going to do a little bit of everything for Lake Mary, but he could do it. He can hold it down. Shout out to Drico who trains him. Then we got Mr. Braden, Mr. Jacob Thornton, Big Jacob. He's a problem. Very underrated, but probably won't be after this year. Uh, got great size, athletic. Um, you know, he's my little cousin too. So, I expect some of that blood to run in thick. So, I expect him to get it down like he always does. That's a family trait. They got to put it down. Look at here go Chad Masco, boy. One thing about Chad Masco Senior, they can't. Nobody can. Don't nobody love their high school more than him. I thought I loved my high school, San Antonio Roosevelt, the Velt baby. I just knew I loved my high school more than him. But I swear nobody loves their high school more than Chad Masco Senior. I'm telling you, when he die, if they don't put no blue and gold on him, I'm telling you now, I'm turning out the funeral because I know how he rolled. But anyway, back to my boys. Uh, uh, at Akoi, coached by Coach Shep. Them boys over there are nice. You have Big Calvin Smith, Trey was that's what we call him. Trey is like 6'5", 245. Another kid is probably gonna blow up real soon. More than what he got. I admire him because he came on my bus trip. Went to Georgia Tech, put it down. They offered him. He's a kid that his upside is tremendous. He probably don't know how good he is either. But I expect a lot of him this year. Then we have Zach Toby. Zachary is what everybody wants. He's a long corner. He's gotten better and better and better. I known him when since he was in youth league, he played linebacker. He transitioned to corner. He's going to probably blow up as well because everybody and mama want the 6'2" corners, and that's what he is. And so I expect a lot of him. Has a great pops that is very supportive. That's one of the things that a lot of these kids on this list, They have great family members that support them. And for you younger parents who are watching, you got to be one of those kind of parents. Finally, you got Mr. Austin Ware. Austin is probably ain't probably true. He's probably one of the better athletes at Ocoee. He can do a little bit of everything, but his natural position is safety because he played quarterback. So he might have to play a little quarterback for them this year. But he's one of the kids that you want to definitely take a look out for. I expect a lot out of him this year. He's grown a little bit. He's probably going to grow a little bit more. Dad is one of, matter of fact, Dad is in the FAMU Hall of Fame. I think he led the NCAA in steals. Dad's a good athlete and a good handyman. If you need some handyman work, hit up Austin Daddy. He can Alwyn wear. Uh, he think he know everything too, but that's another story. Now, somebody make sure Chad is sitting down because I'm going to talk about them Cowboys that are underclassmen. Hey, if he got any liquor from him, take it away from him. We got starting off. You got Jakeem Jackson, wide receiver. Uh, you know, brother's one of the fastest guys out there. He won state. Uh, Jakeem's going to be like that too. Keem is really nice. He can run. He's athletic. He can jump. Uh, and man, I'm telling you, I expect to see a lot of things from this young man. We got a legend, Bubba Clark, on the scene. Well, we done good today, but but I expect a lot out of that young man. Uh, you know, uh, he's gonna have a big year. I know they're gonna open up the offense, so I expect a whole lot out of him. I'm missing my man and Chad. I forgot his name, so make sure he comes to John Baptiste. I forgot him on the list. Make sure that he comes. Make sure because I sent an email to your coach, but make sure he comes too because he deserves to be on that list. Slot receiver, real good. Does his thing. Like I said, they loaded over there. I forgot his first name, but it's John Baptiste. He can go. Um, then you got the other guys. Uh, Mr. Derek LeBlanc, the 6'8" defensive end, has all the offers in the country, probably a 5-star. Uh, One of my favorite players, yeah, Isaiah Jean Baptiste. Please, Chad, make sure he knows to be there. He's on offense, so they won't offensive players won't be have to be there till like 2:30. So make sure he's there. Uh, then we got uh, William Masco. Bo is what I call him. He's easy my favorite Masco. It's not even a question. Besides the baby girl, but I separate my Mascos and the boy girl. But he's easy my favorite. I prefer him over Big Chad definitely, and he gets a little nod over Little Chad because I feel like he's probably the most underrated kid I've ever seen. I'm not just saying it because he's always been in the shadow of his big brother, and right now, man, if you just look at the film and watch him, you'll see that he stands out. Um, I expect a lot of him this year. I really doubt that he'll be. People won't know who he is by next year. He's one of the toughest corners out there, hands down. And then you got last but certainly not least, Big John Walker. Uh, Before it's all said and done, he'd probably be the number one kid in that class for all them boys of 2023. Big John is what, 6'4", 6'5", 300 pounds, can move. It's what every college coach is looking for. He got a dog mentality. I expect a lot of him, even though he always wearing a do-rag like he got waves. I keep telling him, man, he lucky Coach AG is bald because I would have outwaved him all day. But Big John is healthy now, so I expect a whole lot out of him. So that takes care of those Osceola boys. Once again, Rockledge got somebody else on the list. Bryce Lovett, offensive tackle. He's a big boy. I expect him to do his thing. Offensive tackles, everybody always looking for those guys. Then you got Sanford Seminole, once again, another one that, they always producing, great athletes. In this particular case, it's the wide receiver, Darian Lawrence, but I call him Goldie. That's what everybody call him. Uh, got great size. More importantly, the boy can ride. Um, Just probably one of the best athletes out there, period, bar none. Still learning the receiver position. But man, you talking about athletic. Whoosh, like they keep some athletes over in Seminole. I don't know what they doing over there, but them boys be athletic because the two most athletic guys, period of them boys. I gotta say it. Them two boys, them twins, them Henderson twins. Man, them boys can jump. I'm telling you, they athletic. I saw him shut down LeBron's son to where he was like, no mas, no mas. So them boys are a problem. I wish they was 6'3" because I would love them to play NBA basketball because I love their tenacity. They like, but they bring that same tenacity everywhere they go. I talk noise to them, but I can't. To be honest, man, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, Bubba. Hey, yeah, you came in probably late, but we're gonna the lists will come out, and I'll tell everybody in a second. But the list for the 2023s will come out on 2022s will come out on Monday. We'll present all next week. We'll have a show just talking about each group. So I'll go over it again before we end. Um, then, oh yeah, 2023, Eddie Combs. Met Eddie in Arkansas this week. Eddie's another fast kid. He's originally from Waterford Lakes. Parents moved out to Satellite Beach. When I say Eddie's nice, great kid. Mom is a sweet lady. Had a good time with him in Arkansas. Got a little swag about himself. He can run, and he ain't scared. Like he ain't scared to compete. I noticed him first at a 7-on-7 event, and I expect big things out of him over there at Satellite. Uh, then you got 2023 offensive tackle TJ Shanahan. For those who don't know, uh, you know, Big TJ is gangster. And Bubba, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna get with Jeff, text you my number, and I'll send you the whole list so that you can just go through and watch their film. Matter of fact, since you played, we can use your help, evaluating the next time around. As we get these guys coming in, I'd love to have you evaluate. But TJ Shanahan, 6'5", 320, offensive tackle, gangster, gangster, gangster. Probably the meanest dude on this list. If I had to pick one dude I'm going through an alley with, it's him. I'm taking TJ with me every time. I know we getting out the alley straight. I promise you we getting out. And it ain't gonna be because of me. It's gonna be because of him. Because he is a gangster. Like defensive ends. A little word to the wise. Please don't mess around and get him. Ty, Ty, this dude Black man. I knew it was coming. Black, you wasn't listening earlier. Uh, we doing Gainesville with all of Tampa, Polk County, all that area. So we're gonna have a elite 100 for them. So make sure Matter of fact, I'm gonna put you to work. Send me all your underclassmen from Gainesville and all your seniors. Send that to me. All the guys you think can play. So send that to me. I know a few, but I know you know more. You Mr. Gainesville himself, Mr. 352. We'll link up. You know that for real. All right, and yeah, like next year's gonna be real interesting because you got Peyton and you got TJ. They're gonna be fighting for who's the number one offensive tackle. Right now they fighting, to see what everybody's doing. But like we're not ranking the 23s right now. We just letting you know a little bit about them. Then for the 23 DB, we have Jordan Castile. Jordan is, got what they want, 6'2", 205, played a lot of corner. I told him he's a safety. He didn't believe me. We went in there with Nick Saban. Nick Saban told him, son, you're going to be a safety. Guess what? Now you want to be a safety. Coach AG don't know what he's talking about, but but I knew when Coach Nick Saban told him, he listened. Jordan is got what you can't teach. Most guys at that size and that age, there's no way that they're, able to do what he does. So, I definitely expect a lot out of him. We'll see what he does. Uh, we got Winter Park, running back Amir Shaw as a Florida State offer. He's real shifty. I mean, man, I like him a lot at running back. He's nice, real nice. Probably wasn't on the scene because they've always had good running backs over there. I mean, got a little burn last year. Probably, this year he's going to probably be the man. Terrence is back, so I don't know what they're going to do with him. But if Terrence doesn't play, he dang sure be the man. Hopefully Terrence don't play, even though I know he's healthy. I'd rather him just sit out and go on and go to Florida. Ryan, we already talked about Big John Walker, man. I tell you, Big John going to be the number one recruit in the area for 2023, probably in the country. He's like that. Big John is, 6'4", 300, athletic on that D line. It's a high possibility. Be him or one of them big boys. One of them big boys is gonna easily be the number one guy. They're gonna have at least or Central Florida next year will have at least five guys in the top 25 in the country. Uh, and then so that takes care of the 2023. You know, you know what though? I'm being wrong. I was going to do him dirty just because he don't clean up around the house and don't do the stuff I ask. Every time I ask him to put out the trash is a problem. But 2023 wide receiver Saad Wasim, you know, that's my little dog. Of course, he's my son. I'm not the kind of person that says it just because he's my son, but he's pretty gangster. If you tell him I said it, I deny it. But he gonna work you. Ain't nothing I did. He just always been around it. So, he was in the lab paying attention. Watching Nooney, Garrett, Isaiah. You know, all the wide receivers. He's steady just watching them. Willie Gaines, which he still love Willie Gaines. He just watching them, and like taking a little bit of some of their abilities and adding it to his. So I really, appreciate all them boys for doing what they did because Coach AG was too fat to even show them how to get down like that. But those are some of the kids that, like next year, they'll be getting ranked. We're going to acknowledge them this year. We'll have them all come down. They'll do their media day. Uh, they're going to start at 4 o'clock at Duffy's. You can come and meet all these guys at Duffy's if you want. Like I said, we, you know, uh, we already have the 100 kids. What's going to happen is they're going to get ranked. Uh, you know, basically, if you want to rank them, and I'll probably put a post up on the page soon where it'll let you rank them. But they're going to be ranked in this category. Athletes, that's guys that plays more than one or two positions on the team. Like a kid like Jeremiah Conley is a prime example. He could be anything. He's an athlete. I've seen him at Edgewater play multiple positions. So those are the kind of guys that we're looking on. They doesn't necessarily have to be offense as long as they're playing both ways or playing different positions on offense. You're just playing more than one position. We have the cornerbacks, which that's self-explanatory. The DNs, that's self-explanatory. The D tackles. We have linebackers. We have offensive line. We have quarterbacks, running backs, safeties, and wide receivers. How to work? Like Monday, we'll probably start off, with what everybody loves is the quarterbacks and the receivers, and every day we'll do one or two. We'll do two every day until we get through. The following week, we will have like what I'm doing now. On next Saturday, we will have the list out for the guys out in the Tampa, Gainesville, Marion County, Hillsborough, all that. Uh, we'll get to Polk County. So, we'll have all that together for you guys. Like I said, we're going to have camps in your area so that we can, evaluate these kids. Like I said, my goal is to get guys who played to make sure they look at the film and evaluate them based off of that. Sometimes these ranking systems in schools are based off of just how many offers you got. There's plenty of guys out there without offers that can really, really play. Uh, our goal is to, get these guys more and more exposure. Big shout out to the guys who are working with the Elite 100, AJ Brooks, Tank, Big Aaron Tank Jones, Mike Jones, uh, Big Andrew Anderson, up to him at Jones High, um, and all the coaches, that prefer to remain secret, but that are actually evaluating these kids. We really appreciate that. Um, so that's pretty much it. If anybody has any questions, I can maybe answer them real quick. Uh, Other than that, we really won't have much on this one. But if you have any questions, you can always, shoot it, email it to me, shoot me a message or contact me if you got my number. Tavares, I'm black. I'm going to definitely hit you up probably tomorrow. But basically, all I just need, man, is you give me a spreadsheet with their names, their numbers, and not their numbers, just their names and what school they at, what year they at, and I can make sure that those guys, look at those 2022s. For 23s and 24s, I don't even have to have nobody look at them, but if you can give me their names right now, I can be, put them in the database so that, we'll probably start all that stuff like in January for the underclassmen. So that's about it, guys. Also, we will have an Elite 100 unsigned prospect camp. These will be strictly for kids who don't have offers. And so that way we can put those kids in front of college coaches. It won't be, the Power Five or the Group of Five. Unfortunately, 2022, in 2021, those guys, because of COVID, it's rough out there on those guys. So, we will have a camp for those guys so that we can make sure that they get an opportunity to be seen as well. So, I don't see any questions. So, like they say in church, we're gonna let you guys go. But hey, if you need me for anything, you know how to reach me. And hey, come on out to Duffy's Sports Grill at 4158 Conway Road, Orlando, Florida 32839. Uh, like I said, we're gonna have the guys in their groups taking photos, doing all that stuff, and then you know, we'll put out the rankings 1 through 10 at each position, probably starting on Monday. But on Sunday, we'll let them come out, have fun, let them enjoy themselves, and and take pictures and get some camaraderie with some of the guys that are coming out of their class. So I'm looking at the list. I got the list, boys. It's gonna be some. It's gonna be real interesting. It's gonna be real interesting to see guys on the list. It's gonna be interesting. Some of these guys that you would think be number one ain't gonna be number one. So it's gonna be so come on out, get ready for the fun. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.